Hello everybody and welcome back. This is The Path to Modernity, our French campaign in MEIOU and Taxes 3.0. Did I say I was Count Christo? I am. You probably know that. It's the beginning of a new session, so give me a moment while I familiarise myself with what the heck's going on. Okay, we invested in some irrigation. That's good, and we got our capital to level 2, trying to lower some autonomy around the world. New conquests in the south, and a little bit of a Italian-Austrian coalition has formed against us. But yeah, Aragon could join it, but seems to have chosen not to so far, interestingly. Okay, and our main territorial ambition right now is I really want the rest of Normandy back, because it's our core. How dare they hold land that's my core? We also, our manpower is down a bit. It's gone back up somewhat, but the nobles, they're peeved. We were a little aggressive in our reformist tendencies against them, but I'm happy to have done it. Especially, I think the mineral obligations is pretty good. How much would it cost to actually do another level of that? We should definitely do this when we can. Continuing to push towards lower and lower obligations on... higher and higher obligations on noble service, I think, is going to be very good for our armies. Elsewhere, we've got 20 bureaucratic influence. We've got 16 state reach. Okay, cool. And we got some good advisors. Well, our general one is not that good. Any non... Yeah, there is a... Manpower training cost modifier down is pretty nice. So I think I'm going to swap out for him. Let's get the extra military point. We're still, slightly falling behind on tech. How are we doing compared to other nations on tech? Oh, bad. Holy crap. Okay, that's a little troubling. We're at, everyone else is kind of sitting at 999 or 899 in Europe. And we are very much falling behind. That's all my reforming. I know, it's my problem, but... Bureaucratic ideas is just so good, but yeah, we should start paying more attention to trying to generate a few more monarch points that we actually use on this stuff. We don't want to do temporary tax relief because I'm enjoying our income being high for a bit, which is nice. And yes, our property income is also rising quite dramatically. Okay, let's unpause. Oh, and there you go, because I've reloaded the game. There goes the coalition. Cool. Brittany and England are the other contenders for my wrath. We obviously have the claim on Albrecht, and we could full call Brittany without anyone else joining in. So, let's gear up for that war. Are we at our manpower cap? I think we are at the manpower cap right now. It's a bit tricky to tell sometimes. England is allied to Portugal, right? No, that broke somehow. I guess because we... sorry, throwing tea all over the bloody place again. That broke. Okay, well, I am going to ally Portugal because I think that's a good alliance for us. We're over the relations limit? Maybe I shouldn't have married Portugal, but oh well. Bourbonnais is getting integrated, so they'll be getting us an extra slot in just a second. And yeah, the continuing consolidation of our lands. It's good for our economy, but it's not really good for our military because they're going to be able to field more men than I am by, holding the individual provinces. So what war goal should we declare over? Probably it's only 4 development that's our core, so I'll declare a conquest war. And we'll just have to accept the fact we're going to take a little bit more aggressive expansion here than we could otherwise. But the other thing is that we should be able to win this war really easily. At which point, we should be able to take some money off England because we'll have a ticking war score for holding this province. Now, we don't really need to take this province in this war. Like, we're going to get almost nothing from holding this province, and there's trash infrastructure here, not that many people. So we'll probably leave it there, which just gives us an easy way to get ticking war score against England, basically. No diplomats. Fair play. Come back from Brittany. Conquest. Full calling Brittany. And I don't really need to call in any allies, but Flanders. Yeah, we got enough favors. Let's call Flanders in. Just to provide their navy again, basically. I could call Castile in. If we called Castile in, we might even be able to land against England, but it's going to be tough to pull that off. Yeah, Scotland doesn't want to come back in. Distant war. They may change their tune about that in just a sec. Yes, almost certainly it's Scotland. Yeah, so Scotland is willing to come in. Do we want to call Scotland in? Oh, I probably should have put my navy in port. Although they actually don't have that large a navy now. Maybe now is the time. Maybe we should try and, like, capture Wessex from them or something. But, yeah, I don't know. Let's just keep an... Oh, God, my navy is so badly damaged. Why is it so badly damaged? Crap. Get back down here. Where do we have a big port? Has Calais got good port infrastructure? No. All these are pretty much the same level of port infrastructure. Get down here. In fact, let's go down here somewhere. We've got any good ports down here? Yeah, level 3 here. Come on down here. And yeah, the coalition may well reform during this, given the and yeah, we'd like to catch the Britannian army out. We've got reconquest against a bunch of people. Really? Why? Ah, right, yes, I should mention, we have updated. We're on Alpha 4 now, which it said changed how some of the war goals worked in reuniting France. So I guess what we're seeing there is the impact of that. Looks like here's part of the English Navy. But yeah, once we've rallied up our dudes, I think we'll be in a relatively good place. Okay, let's let them movement lock. And then go get them. Did that say I had a war goal against someone in the east? I thought I did for a reconquest, but guess not. It's level 2 forts, so these guys can siege that. And yes, our glorious men are holding them down there. Looting. We don't want to do too much looting, because I don't want to damage Brittany more than I have to. Ah, yeah, so this is troubling just because, as we know, our ships are all very weak. So I am going to flee from this. Oh no, we're going to lose some ships. Damn. I think we only lost one. Oh, no, we got out without any losses? Really? I swear I saw one go down to 0, but must be mistaken. We actually need 5. Excuse me. 5 troops to cover that. Cool. And yeah, once our ships have repaired a bit, then we'll be in much better shape. And I think we can pretty much just let our subjects do these sieges. But I am going to split off a couple of guys. We're really not struggling for manpower. Just to make sure that if they end up moving around, the sieges do carry on. And the allies have sent someone here as well, so I can take this guy off. Alright, there's the navy back unified. Have we got more? Room for more? Yeah, we've got one more. Let's keep our war cogs topped up. I would like to be able to attack the English without having to rely on Flanders, if possible. Answers only to God. Aragon has entered the military coalition this time. That's a little troubling, but Milan and Austria, they can just still join. Milan only till the end of this year. Let's invest in becoming the next papal controller. I think that's worth it. Because it is nice. The tech cost's good. Especially with our current fairly dire tech situation. But I think that's probably worth it for now. We could help with this siege. It requires 7 guys though, so I'm actually just going to let my subjects do that as and when they're ready. And yeah, the English are trapped on their island. So how could we invade England? I think what we would do is we would try and capture Dublin and then call in Scotland, and then we'd be able to ferry across here really easily. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I think we are actually going to do it. Well, maybe I should have put the looting on harsher if we're going to do this. I'm not sure I want to loot down England if it's not going to be harsh looting. Yeah, and we've got so much... Well, the aggressive expansion is concentrated in the south. Like England. How much aggressive expansion would it cause if I did this? Yeah, not manageable. What about if we did just a little bit of Kent as a treat? Yeah, we can't really make that work in this war necessarily, I think. So And I also kind of want to take advantage of the fact that this coalition includes Aragon. Because as we remember, Aragon has these very annoying alliances. So who else is in the coalition? I need someone to join the coalition that I can fabricate a claim on. And, right, our stability is trending down. Ooh, quite quickly. We may have to give that property grants, but... yeah. I'm reluctant to continue giving out stuff like this, but I am going to do that. Because we need the stability and the noble loyalty still. I'm not live, by the way, for this one. Decided to record this without bothering to stream because I don't know how long I'm going to be playing for today. So these guys are pairing up slowly but steadily. Oh, and they're considering a play against me. Someone, go on. Someone like Savoy, join the coalition. That would be really helpful right now. Just some titchy little guy that we can go after. Yeah, I should probably claim Nice as well, because I do want to. I think I do want to exert control over at least the Po Valley. In the fullness of time, we may. I mean, if we take Switzerland, looking at the trade regions, I think it makes sense for us to try and take over the Po Valley and a little bit of Italy here. Just to get some nice borders, basically, because Savoy, we have the personal union stuff over Savoy, so we're going to end up getting Piedmont. So it only makes sense. How's our absolutism going? Up to sorry, centralization up to 12. We're getting there. We're getting there. Someone on the forums said culture conversion only happens if the culture is accepted. Is that true? No, because this one is converting. Okay, good. Happy to have debunked that theory. Because in previous versions of the mod, cultures converted slower if they were accepted. I don't know if that's still the case, but it would be interesting if cultures would only convert if they were accepted. It would kind of make sense. You have to... I suppose there should be... maybe there should be two versions of culture conversion. Fast and slow. And slow is kind of reliable and doesn't cause any damage and happens if you accept them. And fast is more kind of, aggressive and causes local damage and bad, maybe your industry suffers or something. Local people's life needs and that kind of thing. The burden of taxation, yes. Still relatively low admin spending because I want to get the ideas done. The other thing we could be considering, oops, sorry, I just clicked off the game. There we go. Is higher level advisors. I don't know if it is that you just can't promote to level 3, or if you can only promote once, or what. But I'm tempted to replace this guy. He's got the admin tech cost, but the 10% stability. Yeah, and okay, you cannot promote to level 3. I'm gonna ask about that. Like, what's the? I'm gonna ask the devs. Hang on. Just going to ask them for a lowdown, because I would like to know what the kind of general goal is of those changes. Don't want to use them more than necessary. Yeah, manpower is skyrocketing now. I think as the noble loyalty's gone up, that's really helped. Okay. Do we want to try and land on England in this war? That's the question. Fall of Gwynedd. We will spare them. And yes, I am going to keep taking these, even though I know we need Inns of Court. Admin efficiency is good for taxes, but I want to keep going through these. Plus, at some point, we're going to get bleeding commercialization. I still don't know why it's not spreading in the capital. But it's in the south, so it's spreading. It's spreading from the south, but we'll get there in the end. I think we should land in England, and I think maybe what we should do is liberate Wales as a subject, and then we can use that as a base of operations to invade the rest of England in future wars. Northumberland cores, they exist? Yes, but only right up here at the north. They don't extend further south like in vanilla. Any other cores in here? No. Okay. Yeah, I think we will try and seize Wales. Now, the difficulty with that is we have 10 transports, so I can only land 10 people at a time. Which is obviously not as many as England has in their army, but I suspect that'll be enough for us to seize Dublin. Oh, hello. They've attacked. Make them regret it. Yep, they were going to regret it even before I came in to reinforce, it looks like. Muppets. Another siege done. Good. I wonder if our looting policy cascades down to our subjects. I kind of suspect it does, but I don't know. Right, brief break. I'm back. I think we are going to try and take Wales, so we're going to go via Dublin. But first, I am going to... Oh, hello, interesting. They have inherited the throne of Aquitaine. We're going to go via Dublin, as planned. The question is, do we call in Scotland now? I think we... The difficulty is if we call Scotland in now and all their ports get sieged, I can't use the ferrying strategy. But we can only call them in the first... whatchamacallit? Like the first couple of months, right? It's the first 6 months of the war, I think. Let's not worry about it too much. We're winning these sieges up here really quick anyway, so I think we're probably going to be okay. There's them stack wiped, which means we can begin to head up north to Dublin. Do we want to wait until our fleet is fully repaired? Okay. Sorry, I'm typing to the devs of the mod while also doing a let's play of it. I think our fleet is repaired enough, given that the Royal Navy is already being killed by the Dutch. Can I call them Dutch? The Flanders people? Probably not, right? This is Belgium now. So I probably shouldn't call them the Dutch. And yes, we have reconquest against England now because of this province. Wait a minute. Hang on. Albrecht became independent? No, it's a division of England. So why are they not in the war anymore? What? What? What a load of nonsense. And now I get a big truce with them. What? That's nonsense. I think I might just give myself this province. Because that's obviously a bug. Yeah, no. I refuse. Debug mode. Annex Dal. That's my province. And then turn off debug mode. Yeah, Christo's cheating, whatever. That was a bug. I'm allowed to fix bugs. We got 1,000 free manpower out of it, but still. Should we call the province? Probably should, right? Good, which means we can now complete the mission a bit early. That's fun. Recover Aquitaine. Where is Le Mans? Ah, it's the province. That's right. It was all the province. It gave you a claim on all the provinces Aquitaine, but we already own 2, so it only gave it to us on 1. Cool, but it's a permanent claim, which means we can core it more easily. Is that still the case? Doesn't say it here, but I think permanent claims give 25% rather than 10% coring cost discounts. Alright, the fleet is heading north. Dublin shall be mine. I hope you don't mind me doing that, taking this province. I don't think it's cheating, because it... yeah, I think it's okay to use the console to fix bugs. That's one of the reasons why we don't play on Iron Man mode when we're playing MEIOU and Taxes. But, yeah. Full grain provision has ended. Get that going again. That's good. It's going to help our stability stay up a bit, which is tanking rather quickly right now. I think it's because we still have the demoted great nobility is going for another 3 years, and yeah, so it's really costly to be doing that, but I think it's good for us to start doing it a little bit now. Remind me what reform we were heading towards? The big one we were looking at? Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Extended levies. There's 20% less investment in feudal levies, but you get volunteers, which is a new way of levying troops. You get 5% army professionalism. And when it says minus 2.5 noble gravity, that affects their power. So that means that their power will trend down by an average of 2.3%, I believe. I will spare them. We're probably only going to take one province in Wales, and then we can reconquest the rest. Is my intention. Glorious reconquest of Aquitaine, by the way, now completed. If you don't consider this province Aquitaine, and I don't know if you should. 1st of January. Cool. I wonder... I'm just thinking how we could try and persuade someone else to join the coalition against us, so that we could go against Aragon. But there aren't really any ways to do that. There's the burden of taxation, and yeah, manpower still staying high, which is good. The big landing here is good as well. Hang on. To transport? Oh, these provinces don't border each other anymore. Okay. Well, I'm not sure they ever did, but they don't either way. Good to know. Cool. So the devs are saying that you can only get level 3 advisors via events, or like aligning the bureaucracy and things like that. You can't just get them normally or through promotion, which I kind of don't like, to be honest. Ooh, that's not good. We've got a bubonic outbreak here. Yeah. Troublesome. How terrible. Although since plagues don't seem to affect stability anymore, I don't really mind them as much as I did in the past. How's our corruption doing, by the way? Only 40% bureaucratic corruption. We're getting it down there. Nice. Wet grinding unlocks cannons. Ah, is your force limit still inflated by being at war? I hated that feature. No. Nice. We've got a lot of money, haven't we? Let's get 4 cannons going. Heck yeah. And these can come and pick them up. What was the next thing I wanted to do with stuff? I think we wanted to upgrade the irrigation here yet further, right? Because those dyes, man. Where are they? There they are. Dyes, making a huge amount of money. They're already at their maximum size, but... Oh, I'm on the wrong tab, aren't I? This is what I want. Yeah, dye. 118% profitability still. Okay. I think... we will upgrade the irrigation again. How much free peasant labor have we got here? We've got 13 to play with. And I would like to build... Oh, we're also going to look at opening new slots, by the way. Because people on the forum, on Reddit rather, are recommending some irrigation to rank 4 with 3 extra units. Building 5 at the time? Per unit per year is 3, so we want to build 4 at a time. Do it. Spend huge quantities of money on that irrigation so we can get beautiful dye and pigment with which we will paint the map blue. It will be glorious. Luxembourg sharing knowledge. Share knowledge with me. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Well, I mean, Flanders already is viable. They could be sharing their knowledge of commercialism with me. Maybe I should be trying to improve relations with everyone that's got commercialism to try and persuade them to share their stuff with us. Yeah, maybe we should be doing that. I think now is an okay time to call in Scotland. Because we can land some of our men in Scotland to help defend them before we take Dublin, it looks like. I was expecting us to have more trouble with the Royal Navy, but they're not really showing themselves. They have 11,000. I'm going to be able to land 14, 13 against them in short order. So, oh, hello. That's unfortunate. Let's actually Scarpa from that fight. Can't get the leader here. Hopefully they're wrong that there's going to be a fight here in 3 days because the ship's going to leave. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we are going to lose this one. Almost certainly. We have a good general and a discipline and tactics advantage. Oh, you better not stack wipe me, though. Come on now. Be reasonable. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, just got away. Okay, pick our guys up from here. We only took out 1,500 of them. That's a little embarrassing. We need to bring over some of the men from over here. We only need to leave behind 3. We can bring them over as reinforcement. Ouch. That stings. If you could just take this, thank you. And we can deploy from the same place. You are going here, aren't you? Yeah, good. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, nice. Does the Outer Hebrides not have a land connection anymore? Oh, no, it does. It's just here. Okay. There shouldn't really be a straight crossing between the Outer Hebrides and England. Doesn't really make much sense. The crossing here is you know, of similar size to some of the gaps from the Outer Hebrides, so... And it's much rougher waters. Speaking as someone who's made this sail across here. It's not the kind of thing you can walk over. Alright. We're gonna go hide on Harris. This is Harris. No, Lewis. It's Lewis, right? No, top one. I think. Harris is somewhere around here. This is Skye. This is Mull. I know those ones. I think that's Cole. Anyway. Let's go get on this boat. I think I will leave 4 units just in case Ulster gets any funny ideas, including 1 cavalry. But yeah, the other 6 we're going to bring. And sure, you know, if they... Hey, nice. Okay. Well, that works. There's no Irish tag corps to start with, are there? No. Makes sense. Let's drop off these lads. And now we'll be in a position to threaten... Hang on. How are you walking to here first? Oh, because they actually just have a land border between these 2 provinces in the south. Okay. Well, that makes even less sense than the strange sea connection up here. This sea connection, for the record, is plausible between Skye and the mainland. There's a bridge there now. It's quite a nice bridge. All right. The men have rallied. Just try to stand somewhere we're not going to get attrition. And go fetch the cannons. So they're not all out retreating. They do still outnumber us. I'd obviously rather this province didn't fall, but we'd also rather fight defensively, if possible. So yes, now I am annoyed, of course, that we're not on full looting, because we could fully burn down England, but from a few kind of outlying areas, if we take like Wales, and if we have like a subject of Wales, Cornwall, and Northumberland in the north, and then we were to burn down the central bit a couple of times, that will put us in good shape. Let's fall to Loden. Fall back to Loden, rather. How good are cannons, by the way, militarily speaking? Oh, they're worthless. Okay, good to know. Look at this, 0.01. Truly horrendous. As expected. Okay, Bobonnet is getting integrated very soon. These extra 7 men can be brought up. I wonder if they'll add, in EU5, if that ever happens, I wonder if they'll add a way to transport your subjects' troops. I would really like that. It would be very helpful. We don't actually have, I'm realizing, we don't actually have the men to confront England head on. Not in a battle we can comfortably win. We outnumber them by about 4,000 or 5,000 men. But 4 of those 1,000 are, you know, artillery. Which seems, you know, odd. Not odd, but less useful. I don't know why I always get less good at commentating on the yearly lag, the January lag, because it's, you know, it's not like a huge amount is going on during an unpaused January either. Marches. It is unfortunate they took the marches. I guess I will just do this, and then we'll get ticking war score. Oh, they are going for that fight. That's interesting. They do have a tactics discipline advantage. Scotland, come help. And these guys aren't going to break off their siege. The AI really dislikes breaking off strong sieges these days. And with the reinforcements, this should be a stomp. Yep. Nice. Okay, fairly even casualties, but it means we can now go and relieve this siege. Before it falls, preferably, which means we'd get a Highland bonus. And now maybe the Scots will help. How many days left in this siege? 7. Okay, so we don't have time for a monthly recovery tick, so I will consolidate regiments. Come on. Come on. Don't. Ah, that's unfortunate. Now we get the tick. On the bright side, we've annexed Bourbonnais. Did they have no troops? Oh no, they were down here. Okay, cool. Because we want them to get ferried north as well. Good stuff. And we have taken the province in the south. And this war goal is over Labret, right? Which makes me feel even less bad about cheating for it, because they would have had or rather, we wouldn't have had a ticking war score, which we obviously deserved. We should still win this, even with the big initial morale disadvantage. Yeah, good. Grand celebrations expired. Do I want to do another one? It's 550 ducats. I'm going to check. Does this money get given to the nobility? Does this money get given to the nobles? Or is it a sink? Because if the money actually gets given to the nobles, I'd feel far better about pressing this button. What is our relation with them now? Plus 29. And what was the one I was considering? This one is going to cost us 35. Okay, so we can kind of afford this on that front. It's just the loyalty that we need now. I am going to do this once I can, I think, almost certainly. Need to try and keep their loyalty trending up. There's victory there, but do we want to try and press through from here? We're losing, we're losing men in this fight. Yeah, I think we do. I think we press on. I think we try and push on to the task's end. I have those. I have buttons for this now, so it's good stuff.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
It's quite loud. Sorry. I recently got a stream deck, so I can deploy these at appropriate moments. Especially if we ever lose a war. Ah, money well spent. All right, so we got these guys. We can pick up on the way. I will divide the fleet to grab them both at once. I don't want to take excessive attrition here, so let's move off into friendly lands for this siege. Scotland, yeah, so yeah, we could do with this heir dying, so we could integrate, get a PU over Castile. That would really secure our military situation, which would mean that we could tax the nobles less. Peace off from Brittany. So, do we want to take land off Brittany? Because we full called them, so we can do it without without causing extra diplo costs. So obviously this is not hugely sustainable. What about if we just took this just a little chunk? See, this is doable. I think that's what the peace deal is probably going to look like. And also we'd maybe make them give back the land to Scotland as well. And then take cash on top of that. Something like this. Looks pretty good. And then we'll release Wales as a subject. And we can use their cause to take the rest back. Yeah, I think a Welsh base of operations, while we probably end up owning like this part of England directly, and then we have Wales. Maybe Wales holds Wales and Ireland, and then Northumberland holds the rest of England, and Scotland holds the north. But do we really want 3 subjects to hold the Isles for us? It seems like a lot, doesn't it? I don't want them to take this fight, so I'm going to try and discourage them. I really wish the AI were more decisive. Ah, no, I can't reinforce this as quickly as I want to. That's a shame. Can I still stare him off? No. Okay. Well, we'll take the fight then. They have their reinforcements coming in, but so do I. This is going to be a close one. In fact, I think we're going to lose. Well, it's going to be a close one. They aren't here for 13 days. Whereas my reinforcements arrive not that much sooner. We might win before they arrive. No, not quite. Hang on, they arrived sooner than they said. It said 13th. It said 13th. Cheated. We're going to lose. We're not going to lose. We got a good roll. But now so did they. Come on. A 0. A 3 to an 8. Come on. No more concessions. I am gonna keep doing those. We need the loyalty for the extra changes. So yes, I know it's costing me monarch points when I said I really need monarch points. It's so close, man. Come on. Yes! Let's go. Get wrecked. The devs are telling me that it is just a money sink when you give money to when you host those balls or whatever it was. Ah, that was clutch. That was pretty clutch. Can we do this while at war? This I don't quite understand. This modifier, minus 80% times noble loyalty, state manpower from nobility. What is state manpower? That's what I don't quite understand. Because when you're looking in here, you have the national army. Does it mean that if I got rid of that modifier, I'd start getting more aristocrat officers in here? Because there's the feudal levy, which they maintain, and then you tax with levies, I think. The thing is, what I need to be able to see to understand what this is going to do is I need to see the current amount of state manpower from nobility. And they are working on that, but like a kind of unified way of viewing the where you're getting manpower from. But yeah, I mean, it must be good, right? Because 20% less mana cost, forget the second one, 20% less mana cost is already 20% more manpower, essentially. Because you're spending if you're assuming you're going to spend the same amount of military points on it. So let's do this. It's going to hurt on corruption and loyalty, but it's a good change. Boom. Done. Does that cause anything? I don't think it does. I don't think that even causes like a recent reforms or anything. And the no, the demoted is still going for another little bit. Okay. How much manpower you got left, England? None. Good. Okay, so they shouldn't be able to come at us again with the same kind of force. That's good news. And we're making headway on these forts. Anti-corruption campaign has expired. I still do want the nobles to like us even more, so we are going to host a grand celebration. Back up to 50 loyalty. Nice. Now, what about an anti-corruption measure? 5% less state corruption, and then 30% less gain of corruption from elites. But 20 estate loyalty is too high. I think this is what we do. I think we spend 2 stability on this, and we lose relations between the bureaucrats and the state, which does absolutely nothing. We talked about this. So the loyalty is the inverse of the corruption, and nothing affects bureaucrat loyalty at all. It's just always the inverse of the corruption. So you don't need to worry about relations between the bureaucrat faction and the state. It's currently, obviously that's subject to change. Yeah, we're going to do this to lower state corruption by 5 and bureaucratic corruption by 10. And then we're going to just immediately spend that to get back up to 0 stability. Cool. I kind of feel like in this mod, if you're aiming for max stability gain, you want to be at 0. Because you gain more at 0 when you're at 1. But obviously you get less, there's benefits to being at 1. Even beyond the strict bonuses, you get like pot growth bonuses from it. What did my war score go down? Let's bring these reinforcements in, by the way. Yeah, it's probably because Flanders keeps landing men and dying in Devon. Stop that. It's not productive. Good. The reinforcements are welcome, though. Could also use, wall to breach through these walls, but I think that would be foolish. So actually, we should send... Well, no, because we only get a 1 bonus from 1 here as well. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just rambling about artillery bonuses. It's not important. Now we can send 1 enough to get to 2,000. But we can't yet. Okay, in which case, all the cannons. Now we can get a level 4 bonus. Good. Why am I taking attrition here? Marches of Scotland, +1 attrition. What's that? Northern England, +1 unrest. Marches of Scotland. More defensiveness, more attrition for enemies, but more local unrest. Interesting. Brittany still wants out. So do we want to take land off Brittany? I think we do, because it's our culture group, isn't it? Well, the southern one is, but the rest is not. Okay. So maybe we just take the southern province and then vassalize the rest? Obviously not in this war for the vassalization, but... yeah, maybe we want them as a vassal. Because they're in the channel rather than the French node. So yeah, let's just take this province off them. And right now, it's costing us 22 aggressive expansion. And in a direct piece, it's 22 as well. So we don't need to worry about piecing out, except that it's going to cost us 69 dip. So the question is 69 dip worth what we'll get out of them in money? No. No, it isn't. So we will piece them out at the same time as piecing out England. Wow, this place does not hold many men, does it? Let's send some of them over the sea to Dublin to lower the amount here, so we can lower the attrition. Hey, Castile, the savior of my tech. It's going to cost us 4.6 ducats a month, which is a lot, but absolutely. Yes, please give me that knowledge sharing so we can get this here in a mere, what is that, 150 months. It's not too bad. Finally, we'll be able to get commercialization, and then we'll be able to catch up with Europe on tech. Flanders, will you stop it? They just keep suiciding all their men. It's frustrating. The Marches of England should not apply when you have secured the castle, in my opinion. Okay, any other calls we want to make? Not really, right? Because the only reason to call them is if we think we can get their autonomy down. We could maybe get these ones' autonomy down a bit. Couldn't we? Yeah, if this was called, its autonomy would be dropping. I don't want to spend the admin points now, though. I want to get the bureaucratic ideas filled out. So, we will wait. That's okay. Speaking of waiting, I'm afraid you're going to have to wait a little while till the next episode, in which we will take over Wales, and it will be glorious. Thank you ever so very much for watching. We're going to seize our foothold in the British Isles, restore grace and power to our wonderful northern ally in Scotland, and generally crap on the British. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.